Good Thursday night. I am Thabo Mdluli, and thank you for joining us tonight here on In Focus. Let's begin here now. Over 400 EFF representatives have been banned from attending the party's 10th birthday celebration at the FNB Stadium this coming Saturday. This after they failed to organize transport for members in their area. The Red Berets are this evening hosting a gala dinner where a seat next to the leader of the EFF, Julisu Malema, will cost 1.2 million rands. Newzroom Afrika's Athi Mtongana is live for us at the event tonight. Athi, good evening, and thank you very much for coming on tonight here on In Focus. It's a program that's largely expected to have Julisu Malema speak, although he is anticipating that he will be making the great speech tomorrow, or shall I say Saturday, at the FNB Stadium. But I'm sure he's got something to say to those gathered there tonight. Who do you see as the people who have come?
Well, a good evening to you, Thabo. You know that to be here, it costs money, especially to sit on that platinum table for the leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters at 1.2 million rand. Now, I'm joined by the Treasurer General, who's going to go into the numbers. She is the numbers person for the organization. We saw businessman Mazoti, who has been linked to the EFF. Which table is he sitting at?
Good evening to you and to the viewers at home. Yeah, I saw him as well when I was working in. I'm not too sure which table he's sitting on, but the table list is there. It's public, so you can just take a view where he's sitting. But he's not sitting in my table. He's not sitting in the president's table. But I think when we finish this interview, Athi, let's just go through. That list is there. It's public, it's published, so it's for everybody to see.
Okay, brilliant. Are you going to publicize how much you have made after this event?
Yeah, we will. We'll count the numbers, and then we'll communicate with our structures through various platforms. And yeah, the whole idea of a gala dinner is to raise money, because the revolution needs money. Running programs needs a lot of money. And as you know, this is just one of the programs that leads up to the 10th anniversary, which we scheduled to have on Saturday, the 29th. So we thought, let's raise money so that we can be able to pay for a number of things. Logistically, it costs a lot of money to gather 97,000 people in a stadium, get proper sound system, get a proper stage, water, food, T-shirts, transport, you name them. So we had to have this gala dinner so that we can raise money to be able to pay for those programs.
For some of our viewers who don't know, in terms of the top 6, how much it costs to be in each table, we already know the CIC is 1.2 million. The Deputy President, can you give us a list?
Yeah, so President is 1.2 million, Deputy President is 750,000 a table, and SG, Secretary General, is 750,000. DSG is 750,000. National Chair is 750,000. The TG is 750,000. So each of the officials except the President table is 750,000. And then we've got the tables for 500,000, which are, for the members of Parliament to sell. And then we've got those of 250,000, which are for the members of provincial legislatures. So that's how the packages were done.
It's interesting that you mentioned that this is obviously a fundraising effort. Talk to us about the link between raising funds in this manner and the issues that you have raised around the political funding bill.
Yeah, so Political Party Funding Act says that all donations above 100,000 must be declared. So if you get a donor who voluntarily donates 101,000, whether in money or in kind, the obligation is that we must declare as the organization, but equally the donor must declare. So this one is not a donation. We are selling. It's like selling merchandise. So we've got a merchandise office, which is in my office. We sell anything like watch, T-shirts, jackets, tracksuits, and all that. So it's the same concept. It's this time our merchandise is now the gala dinner table. So it's not in any way linked to the Political Party Funding Act. It's not a dividend from a company. It's not a donation in kind or in monetary value. It's people buying to come and sit with the leadership on the dinner table and have this program running.
Now, In terms of it being different from the Political Funding Act, you have raised issues there. In as much as you did support it initially, there were issues that you have highlighted insofar as the Act itself.
No, Athi, our issue with the Political Party Funding Act is that it jeopardizes small parties like the EFF in the main, because the ANC tends to start to go after the people who would want to donate ordinarily. I mean, we live in South Africa where a lot of our people are entrepreneurs or BEEs. So if you're running a BEE company that is doing business with government, they tend to close the tab just because you are funding the EFF. I mean, look at our 20 March protest shutdown. We paid money to the service provider to come and provide a service. It was not a donation. But what did the ANC do, leaders? They went to say to that company, you dare not give the buses to the EFF. At the end of the day, we could not have buses. We published it openly to show what you've actually been saying all the time, that our people get to be treated like this when they want to donate to the EFF. So that was not a donation, but look how they came after him. So you can imagine our poor black people who want to donate, they're going to close their shops because they rely on government tenders, they rely on municipal tenders and all that. So all that we are saying is that our people must donate below the threshold. And that's not asking people to do illegal things. I mean, how do we do illegal things when we are saying actually do legal? Because we are encouraging our people to donate within the law so that their names are not published.
I guess my question, TG, was initially, quickly before I let you go, is this gala dinner another avenue to source funding? Because you do say to run a machine of this nature, which has now been existing for 10 years, it needs various ways of funding, including those that would mitigate the fears of business people who want to not be published.
No, of course. So those who would ordinarily want to donate and they want to, say for example, a table of 750,000. If it was a donation, you would have been compelled by law to disclose. What is selling now a table, so you're not compelled. So a gala dinner of a political party, by its nature, is to raise funds. It's not to gather people to have nice drinks and nice food, but really to say to the business community in particular, let's finance the revolution that will liberate our people and bring about economic freedom in our lifetime.
Right, thank you so much for your time. You look stunning, by the way. The Treasurer General of the Economic Freedom Fighters, Ompile Maude, breaking down the numbers for this fundraising gala dinner as they build up to the celebration at FNB Stadium this Saturday. Thabo, back to you in studio.
Team Mtongana, thank you tonight and for bringing us that report. Of course, she will be watching carefully what is coming out of that gala dinner.